Welcome to My Crazy, My Rules. This is a channel where you get to share your feelings, and I share some of mine as well. We get letters from viewers, and we talk about those letters. The letters could be about something that's troubling them, or something that's troubling me, or it could even be about something that they're really happy that happened. And this episode is going to be a little bit different than all the other ones. I don't have any notes I'm working off of. I don't have any letters I'm working off of. I'm going to be sharing a little bit of my feelings today. I have a wonderful PTSD dog. His name's Blue. He is half Dobie, half Great Pyrenees. So he's a small dog. He is only about, well, now he's about 107 pounds. At his biggest, he was about 120. I've had him for a little over 10 years, and he has been an amazing blessing to me. He has been by my side during some really, really tough times. I got him when I had a farm out in Arkansas, and he grew up on the farm. He was trained as a PTSD dog. He has always been by my side. When I would be out working the farm, I'd be out there all day long, and he'd be right there with me. If I was on the tractor, he would run right next to the tractor. As he got tired or a little warm, he would go up on the hill underneath a tree, cool down for a while, and then come on back down to me. If I stopped for anything, he'd come running down to make sure I was all right. And it's amazing. It was amazing watching him because he would play with the other animals. If a deer ran across the field, he would go and lope after it the same way the deer was loping, and just play with it. There was never a hurtful bone in his body. He would help round up the chickens in the evening and put them in the coop. He would go and help round up the horses. He was just incredible what came naturally to him. And yesterday, I had to take him to the vet because his throat was a little swollen, and found out that he has large cell lymphoma, and it's gotten pretty bad. So he is back home with me and the family and receiving tons of love. It is really tough because not quite sure how much time he has left, but we have all decided that whatever time he has we're going to make it as wonderful as possible. And I think anyone and any adult if you're an adult, you've probably gone through this at least once in your life if you have pets, because unfortunately we do outlive our best friends, or for me, my dog. So I'm sure a lot of you have experienced the same thing, and I'd like to hear about it because I'm hoping by my talking about this, I know it's helping me. I hope maybe it'll help somebody else that might be listening, and I'd like to hear how some of you have gotten over it as well, because it's definitely one of the toughest things I've ever faced. I was pretty okay up until the doctor came in and actually said it. And that's when I totally broke down. I tried to be a man. I tried to not cry, and that didn't work too well. And I am so blessed that where I took Blue, right around the corner from the house, actually, and they've taken care of him before. They were just amazing. They not only take care of Blue, but they took care of me also. The tech was wonderful. The doctor was amazing. I will post in the notes exactly who it was. I would say it now, but my mind is a little confused and I can't think of the name of it right now. But anyway, once she said that, I kind of lost it. And now I'm kind of trying to deal with it. My daughter, bless her, has set up a party for him Monday, a celebration. He's still eating. He's still running around. Um, has a little bit of trouble breathing occasionally, has a little bit of trouble because as his lymph nodes get bigger in his throat, it makes it harder for him to swallow and harder for him to breathe. But we're having a blue party. Since his name's Blue, everybody will wear blue. All the cupcakes will be blue, whatever cakes, whatever else we're eating will all be blue. Um, so that shows how much he's touched her and he's touched everybody that he's ever come in contact with. My grandson just called me a couple minutes ago and he's in the Navy. He just graduated basic training a few weeks ago and now he's in his tech school. And keep him in your prayers because he will be going to his ship, which is right now in the heart of it. It's normally they are out of Japan and they have been deployed since April now. And they are a destroyer. So they are definitely in the thick of things. So keeping all our military out there in prayers and covered in prayers and everybody that's out there. But he called me to tell me a couple stories of how much Blue meant to him. And that's the type of dog Blue is. When he senses that there's anxiety out of a person, he will go to that person. He will put pressure on their legs, or if they're sitting down, he'll put pressure against their lap. And for me, it's really kind of funny. Blue's a big dog. I'm a small man. He can actually stand up and put his paws on my shoulders and push me down. And if I'm having a problem with anxiety or panic attacks or something of that nature, that's exactly what he does. I can sit down in the middle of the store and he'll be right there with me. Or if I'm really having a problem, I can have him lead me out of the store. And that's always been so special that I could count on him no matter what. And to now hear other people's stories of how Blue touched them is pretty incredible. So I know I am by far not the only person that has ever gone through this. Many of you have, and I'm hoping you'll share some of that with me because I could absolutely use that type of story. And I'm hoping maybe something I'll say will bring you comfort because I know in the 10 years that he and I have been together that we've taken care of each other. You know, we've frolicked around and man, we've raced around the farm when we were out there, and it was kind of a shock when we moved back to this part of Texas that we're in. We moved from a 30-acre farm with a lot of property just around the house to a little quarter-acre lot, maybe, if that much. And he kind of, when we first came here, he looked at me and he's like, what's this? Where do I run? And he had to adjust, and he did. And he was always right there by me or right there by my family. So it's really tough. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to put it into words, what it is that is making my chest hurt so much and making my stomach flip around. Knowing that he won't always be there. That's a tough thing to try to accept. And especially when he's still begging for scraps at the table or laying up next to me in bed, taking up so much of the bed. And that's the funny thing is thinking about those little irritating things, you know, like, oh my God, there's dog hair all over the house. Well, what's it going to be like when there's not? He takes up literally half the bed from me and my wife. When he was a smaller puppy, we had a queen size bed. And as he's gotten larger, so has our bed. It's what's going to happen when he's not in the bed anymore? Sorry, he's always been there. Definitely a true friend. And now for the time he has left, we're going to make it as special as we can. We got out the whipped cream last night, and he had some whipped cream and he had some ice cream, and he's still loving that. And as long as he is, he'll get it. And the thing that we've decided, and I think this is very important for everyone, is I'm not going to hold him as long as I want him. I'm going to hold him until he's ready to go. And I'm not going to let him go in pain. I'm not going to let him go suffering. As it even approaches that, that will be the time. Because I think it's important for all of us to realize that we want to keep him around for well, I will speak for myself. I won't speak for anybody else. I want to keep him around for forever. I want to keep him around till he draws his last breath, but that's not fair to him. He doesn't understand pain or suffering or why it is. So I will make sure he gets to leave comfortably, not miserably. But I would like to hear from some of you about how you dealt with it. What did you find was comforting? I have tons of memories of him and tons of pictures of when he was tiny, laying in bed with my little daughter who's grown up with him. So share that with me. Share that with me if you would. I'd like to hear. Let me know if I can answer any questions for you. I have learned quite a bit about the cancer that he has. I've learned a little bit about some of the other cancers that he might have had. So I'll share that with you. You share with me. And I think for this one, when I say this is my crazy and my rules, today I think it's definitely my crazy.